Sky Jackson. Now look, I'm gonna keep it a bean. Uno with another 5 bomb. Yo, Sky, I be in your chat. I be in your chat, gang. Like when you stream, I be in your chat. I followed you on the gram. I said, yo, Sky, give me a follow back. You follow me back and like that. I understand you've been raised a certain way so long. I wouldn't say Sky Jackson is bougie. I wouldn't say she's mean. But there is a barrier up. I'm like, yo, she followed me back. I be in her streams. I'm about to say, yo, that's me. I walked up like, yo, Sky, what's up? She looked at me like, what's up? I said, damn. I got shit on my hands. She looked like she ain't there want to dab me. I put my hand down, so I won't dab you then. But peep though. She looked at me like I lost my mind. Hey, Sky, I just with you, that's it. Looked at me like I was bacteria. If you was in stream, you saw it. It was cheer. They were doing cheer practice. I'm like, yo, what's up, Sky? I'm like, yo, I'm right. What's up? Like, She looked and said, oh, okay. Okay. And mind you, I know a lot of the creators was like, Sky Jackson is mean. No, Sky Jackson is just not for the bullshit. Yeah! You guys got your way into the combo. Yeah! What were you doing out there? Huh? You were bullshit.
No, y'all camera was too much cameras on me.
Okay.
No saying.
Sky with the finale. Okay,
Thank
Sky.
you. No,
I see you.
She
stays silent on it. I never did this.
Like to feature there's people in the world who they have so much less than us, but they're so happy.
Yes, like when I went to Africa, that's why I loved it. I went to Kenya, and down there, it made me so sad but happy at the same time. So like down there, mirrors are very expensive. So a lot of people don't know what they look like. So when I went to this school, it was like this little village. It was so cute. A lot of the kids did not know what they looked like. So for the first time, they saw what they looked like at my phone, and they were like laughing, and they were so happy. But honestly, I mean, of course it's unfortunate they can't like afford mirrors, but then makes me look at it differently. Like at least they're not insecure about themselves because they don't know what they look like, and then they're not probably bullying other people and being mean to other people. So it made me think about it that way, and then they take education very seriously.
She would end up getting hate for this, but that's just bound to happen. You talk about anything, if you're well off like Sky Jackson, you talk about anybody that has less than you, and they're just gonna hate. She didn't have to cut me off. We were nothing. Your love should treat me
YouTube, welcome back, gang, to another episode of Tay Wizzle Reactions. As we make our way to 250 subscribers, want to thank you all for tapping into the channel, showing me y'all love and support, man. I really appreciate it. And if you want to catch me live, go to tiktok.com/TayWizzle276 at 8 a.m, twitch.tv/TayWizzleTV at 5 p.m, kick.com/TayWizzle at 5 p.m. every day except for Saturdays. And if you got any clips you want to send me, go ahead and throw that in the community, or you can put it in the DMs of any one of my social media platforms. Today, man, we got somebody we usually don't talk about on this channel. It's a streamer by the name of Skai Jackson. Now, for some reason, she have been rubbing everybody extremely the wrong way. She have been getting backlash for all sorts of things. And some content creators seem to think that it's just because she's well off. So naturally, people concluding that they hating on her. But that might not be the gist of it just for everybody though. Especially for other streamers like Rod. Recently, him and Skai Jackson has been engaged in a back and forth heated exchange over social media. In my opinion, due to miscommunication. In my opinion, Rod maybe mistakenly thought him and Skai were cooler than they actually were. So that led him his fan base and some other people to believe that maybe Skai Jackson is a bit bougie. So they led people to start digging into her past, and they found out a plethora of things. Ultimately, and basically, people just don't believe Skai Jackson is who she says she is. She been portraying this Disney character, perfect girl image to everybody on stream, and basically people just not buying it. So that brings us to today's video, which is entitled Skai Jackson is Not Fooling Me by Hella You Saying Extra. Shout out to bro. In this video, we're gonna discover who Skai Jackson has been showing us she is, and who she actually is behind the media when the camera's off. I mean, it gets deep now. People even dug into her past, her baby father, and said he's a redhead with a criminal past. Bro, the internet is crazy. But I haven't watched Skai Jackson stream, so I cannot make any assumptions, or I cannot judge her because I don't know her. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into the video. And as always, if you like the content, don't forget to hit that like button, and don't be too shy to subscribe and get notified when I drop a new video or when I'm updating y'all on the old one. Now let's rock out.
What's poppin', y'all? It looks like Skai Jackson's finally getting called out on her behavior, and it's by none other than a streamer that I really mess with. Now, I can't say I watch him very often, but he just always brings a smile to my face, and that is the guy that's holding it down for Philly Rod. So he would talk about his experience interacting with Skai Jackson at Streamer University.
Skai Jackson. Now look, I'm gonna keep it a bean. Uno with another 5 bomb. Yo, Skai, I be in your chat. I be in your chat, gang. Like when you stream, I be in your chat. I followed you on the gram. I said, yo, Skai, give me a follow back. You follow me back and like that. I understand you've been raised a certain way so long. I wouldn't say Skai Jackson is bougie. I wouldn't say she's mean. But there is a barrier up. I'm like, yo, she followed me back. I be in her streams. I'm about to say, yo, that's me. I walked up like, yo, Skai, what's up? She looked at me like, what's up? I said, damn. I got shit on my hands. She looked like she ain't there want to dab me. I put my hand down. So I won't dab you then. But peep though. Peep that she looked at me like I lost my mind. Hey, Skai, I just with you. That's it. Looked at me like I was bacteria. If you was in stream, you saw it. It was chair. They were doing chair practice.
What?
I'm like, yo, what's up, Skai? I'm like, yo, I'm right. What's up? Like, She looked and said, oh, okay. Okay. And mind you, I know a lot of the creators was like, Skai Jackson is mean. No, Skai Jackson is just not for the bullshit.
So the first thing that I thought was, all right, hold on. Really? Like Skai Jackson has that? I had to look up the clip. So I looked up the clip from Rod's own stream.
Yeah! You guys got your way into the combo. Yeah! What were you doing out there?
Huh?
You were bullshit.
No, y'all camera with too much cameras on me.
Okay.
No shade.
Skai with the finale. Okay,
Thank
Skai.
you.
I see you.
Thank
She stays
you.
silent on it. Y'all never did this.
So this doesn't seem like it happened in the way that Rod is describing it. I think she was just trying to be polite. She kept it pushing, but I think maybe Rod thought like, yo, she's supposed to be excited to see me because we've interacted before, which is quite understandable in this space. This is also why this guy is such a great streamer too, and a trait that makes a great streamer is because he's telling the story that I just showed you guys in that clip, and he's making it so grand and so entertaining and so engaging when it really wasn't that. But that's his interpretation of it. And he does make sure not to put any labels on Skai Jackson, but says she is guarded, which is understandable because even after the incidents or just the events that happened at Streamer University, she would come out and say that she wouldn't end up going to Streamer Prom with Wardrobe, who asked her out to go with him.
Y'all keep asking me why I didn't go to prom, or why I'm not going to prom with Wardrobe. I am 24 years old. Okay? They'll really be calling me an auntie if I go to prom with him. You should have, well, his wardrobe's 17. I would have loved to go, but not, if it, yeah, no. I just don't want to go to prom. But I love wardrobe so much, literally. You get what I'm saying? I love me some wardrobe, but I will not be going to prom. Yeah, I'm not an auntie. I already know. But,
Her going to streamer prom with Wardrobe's not into chicks anyway, so it would be like this cool dynamic because her, Plague Max, and Wardrobe ended up having like this little clique, and that's one thing that wasn't happening with Skai Jackson a lot. She wasn't gregarious. She wasn't out there trying to mingle with everybody. Like, let's say, who was somebody, a lot of the other girls were trying to do that. Like an Aisha Sophie, she was trying to do that, but that chick is, I mean, she has suffered from every insult you could possibly get on the internet. I mean, and that's part of her job too. Like if you're doing OF, it's attention by any means necessary. But there were other chicks that are more outgoing, like Ayana, for instance. They'll talk to a whole lot of people. But with Skai Jackson, that's not the case. And a lot of people are trying to throw this on Skai Jackson's baby daddy and saying that she's bougie and this and that. And I don't think that's the case. Now, we do have to make a note that if Skai Jackson ever tries to play the whole like, oh, I'm a Disney actress, like she's not Debbie Ryan, all right? Like Debbie Ryan, she's from Alabama or whatever. She went and did her thing, acting, and then she got married to the guy from 21 Pilots, I believe. And then she just had some kids and lived like an Alabama life. I don't think she's in Alabama anymore, but you get what I'm saying. Debbie Ryan is a Disney actress star. We've never seen something bad come out of her, nothing controversial. She's not hopping on any of these podcasts talking about her love life or anything like that either. Skai Jackson, on the other hand, not only was she, and this is why we respect Skai Jackson over here, she was always a big underground rap fan, and she was already getting backlash for being a massive supporter of Ski Mask and XXXTentacion. And we're talking about, keep in mind, this is Skai Jackson, who hadn't gotten with her baby daddy yet, and she was at XXX shows and showing love to this guy when he was the most hated and blackballed thing. Like Complex was writing articles about him saying he's like the worst individual in the world, all the allegations that were on him, him being locked up, him being a violent individual that we've seen on camera. Like this guy was clearly violent. Hopefully nobody denies that. And she wasn't giving any statements. She wasn't saying, oh no, I'm sorry I was seen with this guy. No, she wasn't doing anything like that. So she's always had this attraction to like darker sides of non-Disney stuff. And then of course she gets with her baby daddy, whose name is, yes, his IG name is Yerky. Yes, he is this red-haired individual, red-haired, light-skinned that has a criminal history. I believe he's locked up right now on aggravated robbery. He's some guy that had like 10K followers on IG. So she scouted him out, or he was in her DMs or whatever. This guy's got an OTF tattoo, mind you. Yes, he's got a tattoo of OTF on his arms. It's like they don't know you. As far as I know. So he's got an OTF tattoo. She has a kid with him. I don't know if she ever really complained about him, but yeah, this guy's a criminal history. He's terrorizing her. She's complaining the point is Skai Jackson is not like this innocent Disney Channel actress that looks very young, and she is very young. She's 24, but she's also small. So people are like, oh, like this precious little thing. No, that precious little thing was in love with and had a child with Yerky demon that's got an OTF tattoo on him, and was also enticed by and very into violent individuals like XXXTentacion, who she was just like cool with. So that's one thing that we cannot let slide. Skai Jackson, I don't think she's trying to portray that image that she's like this, set, but she is definitely overwhelmed by environments where there are a lot of variables she can't control. Because like we said, keep in mind, she came into the game as a child actress, but everything's controlled in that environment. You've got a script. You know exactly who's going to be on set. You know what's going to be said. Nothing's going to hit you by surprise. But while at Streamer University, a lot of stuff is hitting her by surprise. Like when she was walking to class and you've got random people yelling things at her.
Can we get a picture?
Hi guys. You see how weird people are, chat? But it's okay. It is okay. Wardrobe is not gonna get here on time. I promise you guys, he is not gonna get here on time. Oh, I'm hot. I'm hot. This is so long. Like, what the heck, guys?
There's no way.
Right? This is no way that you have to. They should give us go karts. Like,
So those are people that I don't
She
believe that
said
were
go-kart.
attendees of Streamer University yelling like, yo, let me crack to Skai Jackson, which is like, all right, she's definitely not used to that. That's for sure. And then she would also be hanging out with smaller streamers too. So like I'm saying, she's not the most outgoing individual there, but she's surely out of her element. And she still made contact with other people and shared a story with this smaller streamer of her experience with mirrors and people that didn't have them.
Like to feature there's people in the world who they have so much less than us, but they're so happy.
yes. Yes, like when I went to Africa, that's why I loved it. I went to Kenya, and down there, it made me so sad but happy at the same time. So like down there, mirrors are very expensive. So a lot of people don't know what they look like. So when I went to this school, it was like this little village. It was so cute. A lot of the kids did not know what they looked like. So for the first time, they saw what they looked like at my phone, and they were like laughing, and they were so happy. But honestly, I mean, it's of course it's unfortunate they can't like afford mirrors, but then makes me look at it differently. Like at least they're not insecure about themselves because they don't know what they look like, and then they're not probably bullying other people and being mean to other people. So it made me think about it that way, and then they take education very seriously there.
She would end up getting hate for this, but that's just bound to happen. You talk about anything, if you're well off like Skai Jackson, you talk about anybody that has less than you, and they're just gonna hate. Like, there's a lot more poor people in the world than there are people that are well off or good enough to where they're not tripping about something like that. And she would respond to this, which I didn't think she had to.
I just wanted to apologize for my conversation when I was talking about my trip to Kenya. I did not mean any disrespect by it. I went back in 2018 and I did go to a very tiny village. I wish I knew the name. I have pictures, I think, in my other phone. I took it on my old Snapchat account with all of the students and the teachers there. But like I said, the children did tell me that and the teachers did tell me that. But I met and the teachers were talking to us. It was me and a bunch of people. It wasn't just me on that trip. So they were talking to me about that and just like all the other students. But I didn't mean everyone in Africa. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I really enjoyed my time in Kenya, like genuinely. Yes, Jenna Ortega was on that trip as well. But like there's that one. They were so sweet. And then I think you see Jenna in this one. Wait. I'm right there. That was the second school that we went to. So this was like another school that we went to. It was an all-girls school. There's Jenna right there. But yeah, so I don't have any pictures from what I was talking about. But again, I did want to just apologize because I did not mean any harm by it. I truly didn't. I truly loved my experience. And I was not being funny. I saw some people in the comments saying, oh, she's trying to be funny about that. I genuinely was not, because that is what the teachers there at the village that we went to and the smaller children did tell us. But I just wanted to apologize. I hope you guys forgive me. I would never be disrespectful or just say anything that's crazy because I'm not that type of person.
So here are these goofy fools coming at Skai Jackson for sharing an experience and a story that she had. And now she has to apologize for it. This really infuriates me. But it just goes to show, like, Skai Jackson is, I wouldn't say out of her element, but she's getting out of her comfort zone. And I do think she's entertaining. She's an entertaining streamer. She's quite level-headed, even-keeled. She's entertaining when she works off of other people. I don't think alone she does well. Like, she needs somebody. She's for sure a little bit reserved, and that's something that Rod made clear. But she needs somebody else that's more outgoing, like a Blackboy Max or a Wardrobe, that pairs up with her well, that gets her comfortable too, and then they can play off of each other.
Well, we're going to stop the video right there because there's really not too much more to go off of. And I basically seen as much as I needed to see for a person who don't watch our streams. And saying what I saw today, basically changed my initial perspective about her. Because at first I thought they was going to say she was bougie because I saw a raw clip first. But I don't think that's the case. She could end up that way because the internet is so vicious. They'll end up turning a person out. I personally just don't think she's like a rude type of person because, for one, she apologized when she didn't have to about sharing her experiences in Kenya. And then instead of just telling Rod to get the fuck out of her face, she, let him down easily and was just being polite. And that's probably what she was doing with a lot of people that wanted to interact with her, but she just didn't want to interact with them. And that's totally her right. But she definitely got to learn how to, address certain things and, just not pay attention to certain things because that's just come with being famous. Like that weirdo shit. Like nigga yelling out, oh, he want crack. Oh, you feel me? Like that's just some weirdo shit. But that comes with being famous. Everybody that's famous gonna have a stalker here and there. And I believe Rod basically gave the perfect description of her because like he like she ain't bougie, she not stuck up, she just not with the bullshit. And I just probably couldn't agree more. But him saying that and her basically rejecting conversation or an introduction with him basically says she probably thought he was on bullshit. She probably just thought he was on bullshit. I mean, look at him. Or who knows? She probably seen the stream before and seen him like, oh, he be with a whole bunch of young shenanigans and shit. I mean, after all, he is a friend of Reggie and Reggie with the Clover boys that do all that crazy shit. Either that, you know what I'm saying, she thought he was on bullshit, or she just didn't care to meet him like that. Like they mentioned, she had a boyfriend, so she probably, you mean our baby father, so she probably still with him and didn't want to disrespect him on stream, which is also totally fine. Because now I'm noticing Wardrobe is the gay guy. You feel me? All right, why she ain't go to prom with like a regular dude if she didn't want to go with Wardrobe? So it make me believe like, she just probably didn't want to get involved with nobody because she got a man. But in conclusion, I just think, bro, the internet is fucking with her. They picking with her. They trolling her. And then you got Rod Chat trolling him and instigating, telling him, oh, she would about, and he going off of it. But I can't even say that because he just felt as though she felt like that. But off of him telling that story, they was able to give their, opinions about her character, which led to them saying that she was bougie or stuck up. He ultimately defended her, so it's no point even like spinning a bend and trying to go at her throat now. You're just gonna make you look like a clown for real. And I don't think Rod that type of person. But yeah, I just think people need to get off of Skai Jackson back. She ain't do nothing wrong. And she seems like a sweet, nice little girl. Now all that could be an act, but for now, she haven't shown otherwise. So it's really not my business to try to dig and find something to say about her that fits the narrative of what people trying to portray her as. So with that being said, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about the video. And also let me know what y'all think about Skai Jackson. What y'all think happened or what went through her head when she was meeting Rod. Do you think like she just really didn't care to meet him, or she was being stuck up and bougie, or fake? And why do you think she rubbing everybody the wrong way? Because a lot of people talking about her, saying bad things, saying she a Disney star, but she ain't. You know what I'm saying? Basically, just saying like, oh, she this not who she really is. When I don't even see no proof of them like being able to say that. And then what y'all think about what Rod said? Even though I don't think he really said nothing like disrespectful or out the way to her. He was just expressing himself. But one thing though, these streamers gotta stop thinking too highly of themselves. Expecting like her to be all jolly to meet you just because she wasn't. And you're like, oh, she thought I looked at me like I was bacteria. Like what? Just because she didn't shake your hand? That's crazy. But hey, that's probably why he into it with Zoe Spencer. But it seems like every now and then, bro, all these streamers stay in something. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. I gotta get up out of here. I gotta go run some errands before I come back and get and do another video. and then I gotta hop on live. So I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to comment down below, and if you like the video, don't forget to hit that like button. As always, if you made it this far, don't be too shy to hit that like and subscribe button. We on our way to 250 subscribers. Thank you to everybody that's been tapping into the channel, engaging, commenting, liking, showing y'all support. I really appreciate it. You want to catch me live? Y'all know the times. This video already a little bit long, so I can't really keep explaining. And if you got any clips you want to send me, throw it in the community, or you can throw it in the DMs at any one of my social media platforms. All links available will be down below in the description. This has been another episode of Tables and Reactions, man. Shout out to Hella You Saying Extras once again for the clip. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man. I'm gonna highlight y'all in the next video. Thank you for watching.
She didn't have to cut me off. We were nothing.